Hello everyone, let us continue with the chapter Human Health and Diseases Part 2. In last class we have studied about diseases. There are two types of diseases, one is congenital and acquired. So what is congenital? The diseases that are present in human beings since birth, either it may be due to mutation or chromosomal aberration, or it may be due to environmental factors, and those diseases are called as what? Congenital diseases. Example, phenylketonuria or albinism, sickle cell anemia. So all these diseases are called as what? Congenital diseases. And what about the other one? Acquired disease. So acquired diseases that are caused after birth, and they are not transferred from parents to the offsprings, right? So today we are going to learn about acquired diseases. And acquired we have two types, communicable and non-communicable diseases. So what is communicable diseases? Contagious and non-contagious. Either it may be transmitted to direct contact or it may be transmitted through indirect contact, right? And today we are going to learn about first one, typhoid. So this typhoid, it is caused by a bacterium. So it is a bacterial disease, right? So this is a bacterial disease, and it is caused by a bacterium called as Salmonella typhi. Salmonella typhi, or there is another species, Salmonella paratyphi subspecies. Okay, so this is an organism that causes typhoid fever, and this typhoid fever, if you see, this is otherwise called as enteric fever. What is this called as? Enteric fever. And mainly it attacks the blood and the small intestine, and this bacterium, it enters into the intestine with the help of contaminated food and water. So what is the cause here? It enters into the intestine with contaminated food and water, and then it move on to the other organs, right? And this typhoid, it is diagnosed with the help of a test called as Widal test. It is a confirmatory test for typhoid, and the incubation period is about 1 to 3 weeks. 1 to 3 weeks. And one classic example you have to see in medicine is, classic case in medicine, you call her as Mary Mallon. Mary Mallon. And what was her nickname? Her nickname is Typhoid Mary. Her nickname is Typhoid Mary. Why? Because actually she was a cook by profession, and she is a typhoid carrier, and she spread typhoid for several years. Next is, what are the symptoms of typhoid? Normally when you see, the patient will have sustained high fever will be there, 39 to 40 degrees Celsius. And then weakness, totally the patient will be weak, and stomach pain, continuous stomach pain, and even constipation, the headache, and loss of appetite. The person will not feel hungry. In that case, you use the term appetite. So loss of appetite. So these are the symptoms what you can see in typhoid fever, right? And then if in case if it is very severe, intestinal perforation may occur. There may be small hole-like structures what will be formed in the intestine, perforations, you call that to be, okay? And even it may lead to death. So intestinal perforation and death may occur in several cases. So how it can be treated? What type of treatment can be given for this typhoid is? Very good treatment is antibiotic can be given, right? So these two antibiotics can be used. So what are the antibiotics here which is given for typhoid is ampicillin and chloramphenicol. The other one you call that to be chloramphenicol. So how can you prevent it? The best way to prevent is typhoid vaccine. So typhoid vaccine can be given, and then the people should be aware of taking only good water, okay? So in many places the water and the food have been contaminated. So whenever they have their food and water, they have to check whether it is clean. Next we are going to learn about pneumonia. And this pneumonia, it is a serious disease of lung in which there is difficulty in breathing. Pneumonia, one is the primary pneumonia and the other one is the secondary pneumonia. So when you look at this primary pneumonia, actually this is caused by the infection with bacteria or virus, right? And when you talk about the secondary pneumonia, it is the result of other chronic diseases. It may be a bronchial disease also. Okay, so here this primary pneumonia, it is caused by a bacterium. What is the bacterium? You call that to be Streptococcus pneumoniae. Streptococcus pneumoniae. Okay, so this pneumonia, it is also caused by virus and also caused by bacteria. So what we are going to learn here is about the bacterium Streptococcus pneumoniae, and then Haemophilus influenzae. Actually, this bacterium, it infects the lungs, and which part of the lungs you have to know. So which part of the lung is being infected is air sac. So what is this air sac otherwise called as? Alveoli. What is this air sac otherwise called as? Alveoli. Now where is alveoli? You would have learned about the respiratory system, right? So when you talk about here, okay, so here this is the trachea or the windpipe, which is divided into two branches. You call this to be bronchi, and then you have the lungs, left lung and the right lung. So here this bronchi, so this is the bronchi, okay, and here you have the trachea, windpipe, and this bronchi give rise to metabronchioles, and metabronchioles give rise to a structure called as what? Alveoli. So these are nothing but, you call that to be what? Alveoli. So alveoli is otherwise called as air sac, or it is called as respiratory sac. So which part of the lung is being infected by this bacterium? It is alveoli. So as a result of infection, what happens? The air sac is filled with a fluid. So that is the reason the person may have difficulty in breathing. So what is pneumonia? It is a severe lung disease in which difficulty in breathing is seen. So if it is not going to be treated at a proper timing, so what type of treatment will be given? Antibacterial treatment will be given here. So if it is not given, then even it may be, it leads to death also. It may be fatal. So what are the symptoms of pneumonia? So you have fever, the patient will have chills, and then cough. So continuous cough, and then severe headache will be there. And here in case, if you see in severe cases, lips and fingernails, this lips and fingernails may turn grey to bluish in color. This will be the main system in severe cases. So how the normal person is getting infected? So it is only through the droplets or the aerosols. Infection is caused through the droplets or aerosols. That when you share the utensils or the cloths, so it may be transmitted from the infected person through utensils or through the cloths or the material what the infected person has used. If you like this video, share, comment and subscribe my YouTube channel, and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And the link is available in the description box. Thank you.